Welcome and thank you to tuning in to the Trail Candy coverage of the 2022 ATX Open here in beautiful Austin, Texas. This is a sanctioned B tier sponsored by Mintis. I'm Matt Barajas, here sitting with my good friend Chris.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Special shout out to Dis Nation. They also provide a lot of payout to the amateurs. Keep in mind, this is also a Heart of Texas event.
Cool. You got myself sitting at 8 down, got a 992 rating. You got his join with Mason Marchbanks at 8 down as well. It's in 1,000 rating, career earnings of $12,000. Once again, at 8 down, 994 rating, Tanner Girouard is hitting a big $36,000 earnings. Of course, Marshall Blanks, 7 down, 997 rating. You know, the wild man himself has got to be on the coverage of Roy G.
All right, first hole we have coming up here is hole 2. I like to start the tournament with a nice, easy pro par 3. It's a 336-foot. Highs are around the corner. The key to this hole is a low power shot. You want to make sure you mitigate the ceiling that comes in. Hopefully you get a nice skip up to the basket, maybe give it a race run.
Yeah, so this is right here in the, everybody's kind of giving everybody props right before the round. Marshall always giving the good vibes, making sure everybody gets a good hug. So I'm on the tee first. I believe I'm throwing a alpha. Early release.
Yep. Okay, almost snuck through the corner there. A common mistake is either cutting in early or throwing a little bit high.
Yeah.
A lot of times you get that ninja through the woods.
For sure. Yeah, no, not today, though. Of course, not on coverage. But Mason, not sure what he is throwing here. Looks like some type of fairway as well. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
All right, it's got some good height on it. He beats the trees on the right. Yeah, that should play for a nice birdie look.
Yeah, definitely tap in. Tanner, I believe he is sponsored by Sloan Star, so...
Yeah, he's definitely one of their head honchos over there. He helps recruit some of the other team members as well, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, Tanner's quick on the draw.
Also couldn't get through those trees on the left-hand side.
Yeah. Marshall is definitely not quick on the draw.
Getting that wind read. Probably throwing a destroyer if I had to guess.
Yeah, he takes probably the most interesting route. As you see, he needs more room. These tee pads are about 15, 16 feet long even with the added tile there. But he's taking the extra 10, 15 feet past the tee pad to make sure he's gonna have this crazy route here.
Yeah, the only other person I've seen take this route is Simon Lazat in like a practice round one time.
He goes over the trees, stall shot,
yeah,
parks it.
Yep, should be a nice, easy birdie for Mr. Blanks there.
Yeah, he says taking the gap is too hard.
Yeah, nice up and down there.
Yep. With the rare flick of mine, I believe that was a profit.
Oh, he had a little bit more than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little deceiving.
Yeah, this is probably just outside the circle, maybe a step or two. Great way to start your round.
Ooh. Oh.
Gave it a good bid, though.
Yeah, committed. Here.
There we go.
Par.
Yeah, solid strike on the basket, though. Those are good, feel-good putts to start your round with.
Yep. Mason with an even better feel-good tap-in birdie.
Drop in with the bag on. Man.
Catching an early one-stroke lead on the first hole on Tanner and myself. And 2 on Marshall going in the next one.
Yeah, it's a common score on this hole. Usually, at this level of pro, I'd say about 50% of the card is going to get a birdie. Every now and then you'll get a star frame.
Yep, hole 3, 444. One of my favorite holes. You gotta throw a real hard power shot I would say with a good 10 speed, 11 speed, you're even going to get your driver down there, and it's just a flat, straight flex. You have to throw something just really hard with a ceiling. It's a good demanding shot at Roy G. Classic par 3.
Yeah, I would say this is a pro caliber par 3. You have the hills right there in front of your face. They don't look that daunting right now, but they're right there in your face. And then you also have that ceiling that really keeps you confined to throwing that low power shot.
Yeah, I believe I'm going with a Longhorn here.
Yeah, nice flip up.
Flip, maybe a touch too much flip, but gonna be right there on the right side. Easy up and down from there, hopefully.
I would say for most pro players, this is a very simple 3, but I would say bonus birdie.
Yes.
Like if you're 2 in this, you're probably getting strokes on folks.
Yeah, and Tanner barely missed those bunkers there. As you see that he has a low release, but you know, those do come in play even if you have a good high release. Marshall probably going with a beat-in destroyer, some type flex line.
Oh, got it over, beat that tree.
Oh, couldn't hit the next one. Leaves him probably with about 100-footer.
Yeah, this will be a tricky up and down for Tanner here. Looks like he executed pretty well.
Has to beat those logs that are sitting there and does not. So you're actually sitting close to about 28, just close to circle's edge from that spot. Mason next to the bamboo.
Yeah, makes light work of it.
Yep. Marsh, yeah, about 100-footer. Going with the jump putt.
Oh, solid bit. Easy 3-easy. Yeah, you're not too mad if you don't get the birdie on this hole. The one thing you don't want to do is get the bogey.
Definitely.
There you go, right at the base.
Yep, hit the koozie. Those are cool koozies that Mint provides on all their hot tour tournaments. They give those koozies just to add an extra flair.
Yeah, and recently they've actually put them up for purchase, so you can actually buy those and add those to your event.
Yeah, that's a good touch. Tanner didn't connect on his par putt. Mason, Marshall, and myself will tap in for par.
Yeah, hole 2, 3, and 4 in this layout. If you can start with 2 out of 3 birdies on this, I mean, you're feeling pretty good about the start of your round.
Yeah.
This is hole 4, a nice little 375, 380 turnover shot. This is probably one of my favorite holes on the par 3 level on this course. Nice either hyzer flip with an understable fairway. This one, to me, in my head, I'm feeling must get, but just the shape of the shot, throwing this hole makes me feel really good every time.
Yes.
The trees to beat are the ones on the left, right there. This has a beautiful shape. He just needs to keep that height. It looks like he does pretty well. He should be inside the circle, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, common mistakes are not putting enough juice on it, hitting those left 3 trees, or cooking it too hard and hitting the early trees on the right.
Yep. Did one of those mistakes right there. Didn't put enough anhyzer on that.
It's a real touchy hole, but I feel like if you can hit this hole early in the round, you're probably feeling really confident about your release point and your power.
Yeah.
This looks like a really nice one. Just needs to beat that tree. Still looking at circle 2/circle 3 on the jump putt. Very makeable from there, though. No danger in running that putt.
Tanner pulling that over a little too much.
Ooh, really tough upshot here. He has to beat that tree. And then he's also dealing with this low ceiling to get to the basket. If he beats that, he should be okay.
Yeah, you can get good ground play once you pass those rocks there. You can get real good ground play. It's just getting the height correctly. A little soft on that.
Yeah. Good up and down. We'll just have to make a little bit testy of a putt.
Yeah.
All right, Marshall's looking C2 here, C2 deep. If you ever get to play with Marshall, you know he's no stranger to the jump putt.
Yeah.
Solid bid, just a little strong.
Just inside the circle. And high.
Little tall, but he gave it the full send. All right, here's Tanner to save par. Little stepper. Oh, nails it. That's a solid putt for Tanner to try to get back on track after taking that bogey on the previous hole.
Yeah, definitely. Feels like par. Kind of trick your mind into thinking that. Mason looks like he was just outside for that CTP.
Yeah, wow. Basically bullseye right there.
Yeah.
That, like I was saying earlier, if you get 2 out of 3 on these first 3, you're feeling really good about the start of your round.
Yeah.
So he did just that. We'll just see how it keeps going.
Par 4, hole 5. This is a tough one. You have to be very straight off the tee shot, just slightly left so you can do another kind of flex low line straight shot down to the green. Getting this 3, you're on one. You kind of feel really good about your game. You're throwing real good power shots. This is a very tough, demanding birdie to get, especially from this long box. It just seems like this fairway just never ends.
Absolutely. And I'll just throw in there, Matt, since I know the statistics. According to the PDGA, this is the 3rd hardest hole in this layout.
Yeah, I believe that. Marshall going with another very good driver.
Got some great flicks on that. It just needs to miss those. Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, gets the skid back to the middle of the fairway is what you need, because you need to keep. It's hard to get that full shot if you're too far right or too far left. You need to be in a very specific shot on this specific area in this fairway.
Yeah, Matt, just to piggyback off that, this is one of those holes that it doesn't demand just one good shot. Both your drive and your approach need to be pretty accurate if you have any chance at a birdie.
Yeah.
You need the distance and the accuracy for here.
Yeah. Yeah, and ground play is always tricky here. You never know if it's going to catch you. It's going to throw you off to left of the fairway. This might be a touch too high.
Okay, he got off the base of the tree, so he'll have a pretty, friendly approach from there. It's not terrible to be left. You just don't want to be far left on this hole. He's got some gaps to choose. Now it's just about execution. Oh, yeah. Looks great.
Yeah.
Not a terrible miss. Easy up and down from there.
Definitely. Feels like that disc was in the air forever, and it's still halfway there.
Yeah, if you had just got 1 or 2 more seconds to turn on that, would have been looking at a birdie putt.
Tanner, a little low again.
Yeah, I think that gap was in the back of his head there.
Yeah, definitely.
He's like, well, I can't miss the gap, so I'll just make it,
Yeah.
even if I don't go far.
Yeah, definitely getting out from where he's at is a bonus. Marsh.
Oh, going with the flex turnover.
Yep.
Okay.
A little bit more height. That's definitely a birdie putt.
Yeah, veteran. He's a veteran on this course, so he knows not to get too greedy.
Yeah. Marshall is looking. Sorry, Mason is looking greedy.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful lineup to this hole.
He's wanting it. Oh,
They can get through there. Just cooked it a little too.
Yeah,
It was definitely the full send though.
that was the full scene.
He was going for that birdie.
Yeah. He's definitely has something to play with right now. He has 3 on the card. So it's not the worst idea. You know, he knows he can probably get up and down for the par.
Yeah, the approach on this basket right here is a little deceiving. For me, playing this course over the years, it always seems like the basket's a touch further. But the scary part is right behind the basket, it kind of slopes downhill. So if you're cooking too fast, you might end up with a, circle's edge comebacker.
Definitely.
Ooh, looks like Marshall was trying to throw that in.
Definitely he was.
Let's see if we get a little smile from him now. Mason for the birdie lead.
Yeah, he's giving it a bit. He got a good kick.
It's got the height.
Oh, just long. He wanted it.
Yeah, he sure did. It's a good one to get, folks, for sure. Oh, nice solid putt. That looks about circle's edge right there. He looks like he's on that second or third tier of that downhill.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful putt there.
Thank you.
Perfect on the stripe, full hyzer send.
Mason.
There you go. Setting up the par.
Easy par for him. Going at that bird, and you can see it.
I mean, like you said earlier, if you get this birdie right there, you're feeling like, man, I'm about to birdie the whole course.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only a couple holes longer than hole 5, Roy G. Long's. So you get that one, you feel kind of unstoppable.
Yeah.
All right, looks like a star par for our lead card here. All right, this is hole 6, 330 foot, pick your poison kind of shot. You can take the left gap, as you'll see on the tee pad, right gap, or if you're super crazy, you can go right up the middle. In my opinion, this is a must get for this card.
Yes, definitely. You're going in this pretty much before the round. This one's tallied in your head as a must get.
Absolutely. It's probably one of the most aced holes on the course as well, besides maybe hole 8. Beautiful there. Looks like he's probably got around 20, 25 foot putt there.
Yep. A little short, but he'd be just fine.
Yeah, like I was saying, you can choose any gap. I mean, it's not uncommon to see 3 or 4 different shots on this hole, depending on what you're comfortable with.
Yeah. Marsh coming up just a touch short. He's going to be just outside the circle on that one. Tanner going with the sidearm as well.
Yeah, in my opinion, the hyzer, backhand or right-hand hyzer, is the more friendly of the gaps. I see the sidearm played a lot. It's just those trees on the left really get you thinking down the fairway, because if you hit those, you're left with, 75, 80 feet to the basket.
Yeah, the backhand is just you punch through this initial gap here, and you're pretty much home free. But you gotta punch through that gap first.
Yeah, it's really tough to commit because right off the tee box, there's that first tree. So you're always thinking like, well, if I full send, I'm basically re-teeing.
Pro Jai was definitely trying to run that.
Absolutely.
I was, like I said, this is a must get, so I had to run it.
Yeah, and there's really no penalty for running it. It's a pretty friendly green.
Yeah.
That was a good bid by Tanner there.
Marshall out a little bit further than I initially thought.
Yeah, this is probably closer to like 60 or so.
Yeah.
It's got the height. Ooh, man. I feel like he's committing. He'll probably connect on one of those sooner or later.
For sure. And Mason, once again, looking to gain a stroke on the card.
Yeah, NC1, I'd say this is probably between 20 and 25 feet.
Definitely.
Nice little downhill.
Connects right on the pole.
So far, that's putting Mason at 3 down on the round. That's a pretty fire start. I will say that the front nine's where you probably get most of your strokes on this course. Not to say that you're going to bogey the back nine a lot. It's just the back nine has a lot more teeth, I would say.
Yes. Everyone tapping out for par. Tanner and myself taking our time getting over there.
Yeah, you're just trying to think about how the next hole's coming up and how you can attack that. You're like, whatever, I didn't get 6.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, Tanner looking at his line. He's like, man, should I take the back end?
Exactly.
All right, hole 7, par 4. This is a tough par 4. Probably the par 4 with the most trees. At 693, you're looking at it 2 gaps. Most frequent is the left gap, and then it takes you down to this tunnel to where the drone is flying on this left side. That's probably the most taken if you get a good drive and you approach this green. It's a friendly green. You can pretty much throw very hard into it, but it's getting that shot to throw into the green is the tricky part.
This is one of my absolute favorite holes on the course. I mean, when the sun hits this hole just right, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yes. Yeah, and it's definitely, when we're playing, this is that time of day when that sun starts hitting it. That golden hour, as they say.
As you can see here, Marshall's lining up what appears to be the hyzer. This is more of your safe shot. You're not gonna get as much distance, but by sacrificing the distance, most players are trying to get that accuracy and be in position.
Yeah, he when you said safe shot, you typically don't land on that left side as Marshall did.
Correct. I think Marshall just maybe had a little bit of grip lock there because that came out way higher than he expected.
Yeah. This is more of what the right shot typically looks like without missing that tree.
Yeah, you kind of want to hyzer flip something at that tree, you beat it, and then you end up somewhere in the middle to the left side fairway.
Yep. Here I'm taking a free tail.
Oh, beautiful. That's how you want to hit it, just like that. And then at that point, as long as you flip up and don't hit those trees on the left, you're pretty much happy with wherever it lands.
Yeah. Tanner's taking a sidearm, which is surprising.
Yeah, I feel like he wanted that disc to be more understable than it was. So I see what he was trying to do, but it just maybe just didn't. Maybe the disc was more stable than he thought, or maybe a little slip.
Marsh in the rough, in the down trees, throwing the roller.
As long as this can curl somewhere in the fairway, he'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
Mason here. So this tree up here to the left in front of Mason, about 80, 100 feet. That's kind of where you want to get on your drive for like the air quote perfect drive. Here he'll either do the turnover or go straight at it. Looks like he opted for straight at it and just unfortunately hit the tree.
Yeah. And there's no OB left, I believe, on this shot.
Yeah, a lot of people over the years have asked, hey, why don't you put a left OB? Less OB is better for me, and the punishment is having to go over there.
Yeah, definitely. There's a ball golf course that it's plays parallel with this side of the disc golf course, and sometimes you can get out there and maybe have a shot, but you have to beat a whole bunch of trees coming back in, pretty much another canopy.
Oh, yeah, or, throw over the top of everything if you have that ability.
Yeah.
All right, this is from Marshall's pitch out roller. Okay, looks like he hit some ceiling there, but maybe edge of circle 1 or a C2 putt. Yeah, should be able to run that no problem.
Mason didn't quite make it to the golf course, but has an alley with another roller.
Okay, yeah. Knowing he has a little bit of wiggle room on the card, it looks like he just opts to just, say, I'm getting the bogey and just let's keep it at a single.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a good play. Tanner looking for a side-on approach. Looking for the skip.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like we were saying, this green is very run friendly, so you can run it with, minimal damage on the backside.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What a great run. I mean, the best part is you're hitting top of the band. You're not laying up. I mean, those are going to start falling. And it's still way early in the round.
It is. See if Marshall can connect on. He's been running these jump putts all day.
Hey.
Oh,
Okay.
he's dialing it in. Now his distance is there.
Yeah, it may not look like it on coverage, but this basket is a foot or two uphill.
Yeah. From where Marshall and myself are putting, yeah, it is uphill. As you see, Mason now putting downhill, sort of.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm not sure what Tanner's tapping out here. Bogey.
Okay.
Par.
I think you had the lone par. Yeah, and you had the lone par. So really an attribute to how difficult that hole can become if you're not accurate.
Yes. All right.
This is hole 8. This is one of the easier holes on the course. Definitely a must get. It's even easier than hole 6. Backhand, right hand, you're just throwing maybe a mid-range or a fairway, something like that. You just want to go straight about 300, check up, skip left. The approach on this green is very skip friendly, so even ace run is highly in play. It is slight downhill as well, so it affords players the opportunity to not have to throw something as fast.
Yeah, I believe the easy play to kind of take it easy on yourself is just like a overstable fairway, something you can just throw flat, let it just fall down towards the hole and skip play it.
Yeah, looks great. So those 2 trees that Mason just missed, that's where you can get into trouble if you throw a little hard. Also, ceiling comes into play. If you're out to the right, those little branches can kind of grab your disc a little bit, leaving you with C2 or longer putt.
Marshall throwing something stable, throwing it flat out there.
Yeah, it looks like it came out just a touch early and hit this limb going across the middle of the fairway.
Yeah. Tanner, he's probably going something pretty stable fairway. Yep.
There you go. Got it out wide, beat those trees, and then should just be a skip right to the basket.
Yeah. I've definitely have 3 looks at it. See if Marshall can connect there.
Okay, yeah, he got some pretty good distance. Looking about 70 feet here, but all downhill, so, gravity's on his side.
Interesting plays going here. Going with a hyzer putt.
Oh, right line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
It's a battle of CTPs.
Yeah. That's a lead card on should be one of the easiest holes on the course.
Absolutely. Everybody is thinking, Hole 8, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and write down the 2. Marshall knows. That's why he gave that putt a full send.
Yeah. All right, hole 9. This is a great shot. I love this hole. This is a turnover line. It's a late flip turnover. You have to commit to throwing really hard straight shot and just letting it flip over to this right side in this little green area. This is a very, I would say, not necessarily a must get, but you're probably getting 1 or 2 strokes on the field if you get this one.
That has good height, good flip on it. Yeah, great shot. That's exactly the execution you want on this hole. So a lot of people will also opt for the forehand. There's a lot more trees to beat, but you take away the ceiling. The shot that Matt threw is also the shot that I throw. And the biggest obstacle is going to be your ceiling or just, not committing to the shot.
Yeah, that looked like a full commit by Mason.
Yep, and it looks like he misses all those trees in the back end.
Maybe didn't get that last one. He got a little bit of roll away, but he's going to be putting right there in close C2.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, a little early release there from Tanner. So this hole is kind of friendly if you do make a mistake. There's lots of gaps to hit to get to the basket. It's just whenever you kind of kick off to the left or right, there's a lot more trees to navigate through.
Yeah.
Wow, 3 out of 4 on the sidearm.
Yeah, that's typically how it goes now with the new age of golf going. Sidearm is definitely the easier to play.
Wow, beautiful flip up from Marshall. He just needs to beat those trees and...
God, though. Yeah, it looks like he's putting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, common for the sidearm there is if you don't get through the trees, you're probably looking at a C2, C1 plus. Tanner on the upshot, like I said, lots of gaps. You just got to hit them. Should be an easy 3 for Tanner.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Marshall probably looking at 40 feet here, something like that.
Next zone 1.
Yeah, he knew it.
There you go.
Beautiful. Right.
Look at that. Look at sigh of relief there. He's like, I got one.
Yeah. That definitely makes up for not getting hole 8.
Yes. Oof.
Oh, man.
Feel bad for the disc now. That thing was coming in hot.
All right, Tanner easily cleaning up that 3. All right, Matt, Park City. Nice. Makes light work. 50% birdie on this hole. That's solid right there. I mean,
that's more than I thought.
This is not the easiest par 3 on the course. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not going to be bogeyed very often by the pro players, but the birdie is also kind of, I wouldn't say elusive, but it's not a gimme.
No. Hole 10, par 3.
Yeah, this is a 360, 370, slightly downhill. All you got to do is hit the gap. You're either throwing a nice flippy mid or a fairway for, I would say, the pro level guys here. As long as you hit that gap and get it flipping, you're going to have a look at bird.
Yeah, I was throwing Mustang, I believe. Didn't get quite all the flip I wanted, but like you said, Chris said, it's once you get out the gap, you're looking for out a bird.
Yeah, these trees are very daunting. See, he gets some turn on it. Looks like it's going to come out a little early. Still looking at a putt, though, and it seems like Marshall's heating up on his jump putt, so he's probably feeling good about that location.
Yeah. He's in Marshall range.
So, right. All right, looks like Mason's lining up a backhand here.
Yeah,
Hits the gap. Oh, perfect execution there.
yeah.
Nice run.
Took his time on the tee pad, really thought about the shot, executed.
Yeah, that's textbook right there, folks.
Tanner on the quick draw.
Yep.
Didn't need to take his time on the tee pad, still executed.
Yeah, he did a little, I call follow the leader. Like, you show me the line, I'll take it.
Yeah, the portal's open. Might as well follow it.
Yeah. Yeah, another green. No hesitation in giving the full send.
Oh.
Tickled the chains there.
Tickle, tickle, no love.
Oh, looks like Tanner kind of got robbed on his ground play there.
Sure did. Maybe found a route.
Yeah, I was not expecting him to be that far away, but he executes.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
All right, Marshall, C1 edge look.
Is he going to jump or is he staying on flat ground? Bang. Got it. Connects.
Yeah, on this layout, in my head, I'm thinking hole 8 through 10 are super gettable. It's kind of like one of the few little turkey alleys provided on the course. They're not give me's by any means, but they're definitely it's definitely an opportunity to get you a little turkey run here.
Yeah. Mason did not connect. Yeah, as Chris is saying, in this layout, this is the last B tier event in this current layout. Roy G is in a new layout now. It got redesigned in 2023. As you say, this was a 2022 tournament. So this is the last event that was held in this layout, and we're glad that it was filmed by Trail Candy. And our front nine has Mason leading at 11 down, Zapata coming up from the chase card at 10 down.
Yeah.
But we'll see you in the back nine. Thank you for joining us.